I think the beauty of the XCeed project was that we never set out to do a crossover at the beginning, and then within the project, within the process, the next ProCeed, we discovered that there could be a fourth body type, which became by itself XCeed.
The XCeed has a different stance. It's elevated. It's much more coupe oriented. It is not an SUV. It's a car with a high seating position.
The Athletic as a crossover is not easy. It doesn't have any of the heaviness that some SUVs tend to have by their volume, by their mass.
The digital cluster and the large center screen really bring the Ceed into the modern world with the XCeed. So we have a much more lively and much more vibrant presentation of the driver information. Yet at the same time, we have still a very driver-focused and very active interior that really fits to the character of the car.
For the XCeed, I would choose definitely the yellow. To me, it fits perfectly. To me, that's important that we can offer something maybe other companies dare not to offer, because they're being seen a bit more conservative. But we are, this power to surprise that opens up possibilities.
Following in the footsteps of the Kia XCeed hatchback, Sportswagon, and the gorgeous ProCeed shooting brake, the XCeed is the new crossover member of the compact car family. Created exclusively for Europe, the CUV is positioned above the Stonic but below the Sportage in the company's continuously growing lineup. Much like Kia's baby crossover, the XCeed will not be available with all-wheel drive, as all configurations will have a front-wheel drive layout. The 2020 Kia XCeed will be offered with the same 1.0 and 1.4 liter turbocharged gasoline engines as the other Ceeds, plus a punchy 1.6 liter as seen in the hot Ceed GT and ProCeed GT. The 3-cylinder engine pumps out 120 horsepower and 127 foot-pounds of torque, followed by the smaller of the two 4-bangers with 140 horsepower and 178 foot-pounds. And then the flagship GT sourced mill will have 204 horsepower and 195 foot-pounds of torque. A diesel engine dubbed Smart Stream has a 1.6 liter displacement and is offered with 115 horsepower and 207 foot-pounds of torque for the manual gearbox variant, and with the same 115 horsepower but an increase of 221 foot-pounds of torque if you get the DCT transmission. There is a beefier version of the diesel rated at 136 horsepower and 207 foot-pounds or 236 foot-pounds of torque, depending on transmissions. All engines are available with a 6-speed manual or a dual clutch, 7-speed automatic transmission, with the exception of the entry-level unit stuck with the 3-pedal setup. At the beginning of next year, Kia will add mild hybrid and plug-in hybrid powertrains for those who want fuel efficiency without having to go down the diesel route.